When you're talking millions of dollars and insane purchases, you have to bring up Antoine Griezmann. Back in 2019, this man signed a $145 million deal, and instead of doing the normal soccer player thing and copping a Ferrari, Griezmann had to be different. He dropped $500,000 on this. Antoine picked up one of the iciest, rarest watches on the planet, the Rolex Rainbow Daytona. We're talking a 36 baguette cut rainbow sapphire bezel and 56 brilliant cut diamond watch face. Sheesh. At least it's something he could flex. Meanwhile, Mario Balotelli spent $1 million, just committing crimes he knew he'd get caught for. Mario Balotelli. It all started when Mario signed a $31 million deal with Manchester City, and for a guy as wild as him, that much money was basically gasoline on a fire. He splurged on a $180,000 Maserati and a $250,000 Bentley Continental GT. And yes, he even got the Bentley camo wrapped. But the cars weren't the real problem. It's what he did with them. At first, Mario was just a regular, law-abiding citizen. But money changes people. Mario realized he was famous, rich, and, in his mind, untouchable. So whenever he pulled up in his Bentley or Maserati to restaurants, clubs, even your mom's house, dude would just park anywhere he wanted. On the curb, over the lines, front door, didn't matter. If Mario could have driven inside the building, he probably would have. And look, he's 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds. Who's really gonna stop him? Now, why was he parking like an absolute menace? Because he was tired of walking to his car. Yep. That 20-foot trek was just too much. Of course, the police didn't care who he was. Every time he parked like that, they slapped him with a ticket. At one point, Mario was averaging 3 parking tickets per day. His fines racked up to $500,000, and instead of learning a lesson, he just kept going, leading to his cars being impounded 27 times. That's gotta be a world record. Eventually, Mario had enough, but instead of changing his ways, he decided the car was the problem, so he gave it away to a teammate. My friends can't even give me a ride to the airport, and Mario's handing out luxury cars like candy. Neymar's story. Now, blowing $1 million to break the law is wild, but Neymar, he made an $80,000 purchase because he was bullied into it. Growing up, Neymar's life wasn't all Ferraris and rainbows. His family lived in extreme poverty, no electricity, barely any food, and surrounded by garbage dumps. When he played street soccer, the local kids bullied him, making fun of his hand-me-down clothes and his teeth his family couldn't afford to fix. But Neymar didn't let it break him. It fueled him. By 2009, he had made it, pulling his family out of the slums of Sao Paulo and into mansions in Rio. And as a big middle finger to his bullies, Neymar dropped $80,000 on a $2,500 per tooth smile. Look at that $1 million grin, man. Inspirational. But Neymar didn't just spend big to prove a point. In 2019, he spent over $14 million because of Batman. See, Neymar isn't like the rest of us. He can't just pull up in a Lamborghini and call it a day. Nah, he flies in literally in his $14 million custom Mercedes-Benz helicopter. It seats 10 people, has his personal logo on the tail and the entire interior, customized to match Batman's Batcave. Jerome Boateng. Now, Neymar might have spent millions to live like Batman, but Jerome Boateng, he blew his bag trying to look like the fourth Migo. Boateng dropped $500,000 on jewelry. A 100K custom Audemars Baguette watch with 30-carat stones, 3 Cuban link chains, all flooded in VVS diamonds, and a $200,000 white gold chain with 110 carats of ice, just as a birthday gift from his jeweler. David Beckham. Spending $500,000 in one day is crazy, but David Beckham, he spent thousands every time he got a haircut. Beckham was as famous for his looks as he was for his soccer skills. So when Brow Cream offered him a huge endorsement deal, they had one condition: get a very specific haircut for $6,000. At first, Beckham wasn't feeling it. His hair was part of his identity, but when his wife saw the $6 million offer on the table, she wasn't about to let him say no. Good thing too, because that $6,000 trim turned into millions. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, $6,000 is nothing to Cristiano Ronaldo. In 2018, he flexed harder than anyone, even on date night. Ronaldo and his girl pulled up to Scott's, one of London's flashiest restaurants. But when Ronaldo looked at the menu, nothing seemed expensive enough. Thankfully, the waitress, a Ronaldo superfan, slipped him a secret menu. There, Ronaldo found a $25,000 bottle of wine, and of course he had to have it. A few minutes later, gone. So naturally, he ordered another, a cheap $13,000 bottle this time. Yep, $38,000 on 2 bottles. And this man probably didn't even catch a buzz. The jet incident. But that wasn't even his craziest purchase. Ronaldo copped a $32 million Gulfstream G200 private jet, complete with Wi-Fi, an oven, and a full sound system. He flexed it on Instagram right after the news broke about another soccer player, Emiliano Sala, going missing in a plane crash. Even though Ronaldo meant no harm, the timing was brutal and the backlash was immediate. The secret purchase. But here's a Ronaldo purchase you probably never heard about. In 2010, Ronaldo started wearing a performance-enhancing mouthguard. It cost just $130, but it was designed to perfectly align his jaw, spine, and chest, helping him improve balance, strength, and energy flow. Now imagine if that $130 mouthguard, game worn by CR7, ever hit an auction. I guarantee it would sell for millions. And if you think that's crazy, you wait till you see the soccer players buying $10 million mansions just so they can land helicopters on the roof. Would you also like a Yeria's second version? That's even more fast-paced and punchy. Perfect if you're planning a YouTube short or a TikTok. Let me know.